So I have prepared some topics and some questions that we can have, and in order to have a better meeting, I categorize them in different parts, so we would have a better way of talking, and there won't be any problem. So first of all, I want to thank you again for joining me, and I want to ask if you can introduce yourself to the audience of my channel. What do you exactly do, and how do you work, and everything about yourself.
Okay. So before that, can you hear me?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So my name is Tomita from Japan. My background is astronomy research, especially galaxies. And my main duty now is astronomy education because I am a professor of teacher training faculty. So my office is in my university. And I also work together with colleagues in International Astronomical Union, including Mahdi and other colleagues in Iran for maybe several years, so many years. So to encourage teachers around the world, in Japan, in Iran, in other countries, I want to call many teachers and students around the world to share their exciting teaching materials and exciting implementations, exciting ideas, collecting together, discussing together, and improve our classroom activity much more. Yes, this is my dream and my duty and my work with many colleagues also in Iran. So I'm very happy that I can bridge between Japanese colleagues to Iranian colleagues. Okay, so this is my self introduction.
Very good. Thank you so much. By the way, can you explain more about your position in IAU? What
Okay.
is exactly you do in IAU? And
Okay, so now I am as the secretary of Division C. Division C is one of the divisions of the IAU, International Astronomical Union. International Astronomical Union has 9 divisions of solar physics, fundamental physics, galaxies, cosmologies, stellar physics, and one of 9 divisions is for education, outreach, and heritage. So Division C.
I think it's the most important one.
Yeah, yes, most important and the most widely, very wide activity, includes wide activity. So Division C is especially for education and outreach. So the president and the vice president and the secretary. So I'm the secretary of the Division C, and I also organize the astronomy day in the schools project together with the Iranian colleagues. So this is one of the activities under the Division C, especially Commission C1, one of the commissions of the Division C. Okay.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. As I said, I think the Division C is the most important one. The reason is that without education and outreach, all the other division doesn't mean anything. You know, it should be an educational method so you can improve all the other aspects of astronomy. So thank you so much. It is a great pleasure. And let's continue. I have prepared some questions. So I want to start with an interesting question that it is also interesting to me and all the Iranian students and people, and it's about Japan. So you have focused on education for a long time. I want to ask you not only astronomy, basic education. How is it in Japan? Tell me about the educational system in Japan, especially for students, and how is it working? And because everybody in the world always, when they want to talk about a very good system of education, Japan is one of them that they always mention as a very good educational system. So what is it about educational system in Japan that makes it so special?
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, thank you very much. So we are very honored to be said that, but we also have many problems and challenges. So first of all, the school system, school curriculum is not so special. So in Japan, the science classes starts from third grade, not first grade, third grade. So very slow starter. Not so fast starter. And astronomy content is not so much in science textbook. So you may think that Japanese science textbooks contains a lot of science contents, including astronomy, physics, and chemistry, but I think the page number is not so big. Instead, we have many planetariums, we have many science centers, we have many out-of-school activities. So I think one of the characteristics of Japanese education system is that the formal education and informal education and the linkage between formal and informal education is, it works very well. So students who want to learn much more, he or she will go to science center or planetarium, and after that, the student will learn much more in the science textbook at school. And after that, they also go to another science center or the museums. So yes, so we have many good relationship between schools and museums and the science centers and the planetariums and public observatories. And also the professional astronomers, professional scientists are very eager to visit schools. So the professional amateur astronomers activity is very active. The school curriculum is not so special. Maybe you will see that, wow, so this is Japanese textbook. It's very not so special, not so specific. Oh, it's ordinary. The same as in our country. But we have many science centers. So I think this is the secret of Japanese successful science schools.
So this is also important, but can you tell me what exactly students do in school during the day? For example, in elementary school, the first grades, first years, what is the main activities that the students do in the school?
Okay, so as for astronomy, so some of the contents are related to the night sky observations. So it is not so easy for students and the teachers to have such kind of activity. So mainly read the textbook and check some facts by some simple experiments or simple observations. And the main topic is sun, moon, and earth relationship. For example, the phase of the moon, the motion of the moon, and the diurnal motion of the stars, the basic patterns of the constellations, and we have some ceremony, local ceremony like moon watching or traditional star watching. So sometimes we incorporate such kind of activities in science activity. Hmm. But the main topic and the most challenging topic is the phase of the moon. Phase of the moon. So the teachers and students always see the changing shape of the moon, but understanding of the physics of the moon phase changing is not so easy for elementary school students. So the teachers have to develop some teaching material how to convey the notion of the geometrically alignment of the heavenly body, how to
Yes.
understand the change of the phase. Uh, it's mathematical, it's scientific, and also it is a little difficult for younger age students. But the content is very similar to other countries. So moon phase and the constellations and the motion of the stars.
Very, very good. It is actually mm, much more different than what we have in Iran. So that's
Hmm.
why I asked about it. So let's move on and focus about the most important topic that we have. It's astronomy education.
Hmm.
I think both of us know that education is very important, okay, for each country and for each system. What is your idea about astronomy education and why astronomy education is important, especially for students? What's the reason behind it? What is your
Okay.
idea?
Okay. Okay. So yes, so one of the reasons is that astronomy can be a gateway to many areas. Gateway to science, the big, larger area of sciences, and the gateway to many kinds of human activities, including music, dance, food, rituals, calendar, clock, and the measurement, geography, history, and many other
And
things.
culture.
Yes, of course, mathematics and physics. So astronomy can be the gateway to many kinds of fields. And the other thing is that the astronomy is the subject of the heavenly bodies. So we, as Earthlings on the planet Earth, so from Iran, from Japan, we can observe the same moon, the same aspects of the moon phase, and the sun is the same. Sun is the same. So the same sun is shining on different countries. So the astronomy can be a good subject for international citizenship. Of course, so other fields can be a very nice fields for the international citizenship, and other fields can be also the gateway to other fields. But astronomy can be a gateway to science, and astronomy can be a great field for international citizenship. Okay, so this is the two important reasons, I think, in my opinion.
Very good. No, and you mentioned a very good point. Um, Astronomy is a gateway for other fields and areas of science. And this is very important because this is one of the points that we work together, and we focused a lot about on the relationship between astronomy and the culture and history,
Mhm.
and we use astronomy education that make this link stronger. So tell me how we use astronomy to make this relationship between other fields, and how astronomy can help us reach other aspects of the science and everything that you mentioned.
Okay, so so first, so for example, so uh, measuring the date, measuring the time, and then measuring the cardinal points. So this is a kind of archaeoastronomy, ancient time astronomy, but still it is very modern astronomy because knowing the time, knowing the day, and knowing the direction is very important for modern time technology. So for example, Apollo mission to the moon and the Hayabusa mission to the asteroid from Japan. So the probe and astronauts in the spaceship are observing the astronomical object to check whether the spaceship is in the right right course. So the observation of the heavenly bodies is very important also in modern times to check the time and the date and the position and the direction. So this is the first point, and we have to measure that figures, and we have to devise the tools to measure. So devise and measure and calculate and analyze, and we get the data about the time, date, and position. So this is very mathematical, technical engineering. So it's a very good example of STEAM education: science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and art. And the another aspect is that in ancient times, much more older times in Iran, much older than in Japan. So Iran, so your country cultivated the mathematics and astronomy to measure the direction. So have the calendar. So this is the dawn of our human civilization. So we can understand how our ancestors can have the new generation and life and the event. So yes, in terms of the history, in terms of the world history, in terms of the technical history, so astronomy can guide us how to how it was for the ancient people. Okay, so the STEAM education, and also it is archaeoastronomy, and at the same time, it is modern astronomy.
Very good, excellent. So again, I think it is a very good point that you mentioned. As I always talked about, archaeoastronomy is something that built everything that we have now and everything that we know about the universe. And without that, we know nothing. And in this point, I always talk about the history of each country separately and history of science generally. Okay, and I studied a lot about the history of astronomy in my country and our scientists. And I had a session in my channel talking about astronomy, and I talked a lot about the Iranian scientists. One of the points that I want to talk about right now is that how exactly this connection between different cultures, as you mentioned, for example, between Iran and Japan in ancient history, made the modern science possible. In Iran, we have so many different scientists that changed everything. I always talk about Omar Khayyam, okay, the calendar that you talked about is completely based on Omar Khayyam's calculations and his mathematics. And the point that I always talk about is that when the generations go forward, each scientist look through the past studies of past scientists. So based on their studies, they make a new version of science. And this is always about astronomy is something true that always different scientists has done that. For example, what Aristotle told 2,000 years ago, and after that, Khayyam complete that. Abu Rayhan Biruni in Iran. After that, Galilei in Europe has done that. So it's a series of different studies through the time. And this is actually interesting because I studied the calculation of Khayyam in the calendar before Johann Kepler talk about the 3 laws of solar system. Omar Khayyam calculated the difference between the orbit of Earth around the sun. When the Earth is further, okay, so the speed is lower and it takes more time to move. So in Khayyam's calculation, we have this in the first part of the year, the first 6 months in our calendar, we have 6 days more, and it is exactly how much the speed of Earth is lower. And without knowing what he's talking about, he calculated exactly the motion speed of the Earth. So this might be something that Johann Kepler used to complete the second law of the solar system. So thank you so much for mentioning that. So another question is, what do we know about astronomy education in the world? Okay, how is it the situation, and what have been done so far about astronomy education, especially by International Astronomical Union? And for example, in different countries, what is the situation? Do we have anything special and particular in any country that you can mention? Please tell us about that.
Okay, so the situation is different from country to country, but the common thing is that education and outreach is very important. Okay, but in some countries, so astronomy education had just started. So in that countries, so for example, the teacher training is very important because there are not so many teachers in that country who are very good at science astronomy classes. In Japan, so luckily there are many science teachers who are very good at astronomy classes. So the situation is different from country to country. The other aspects is that astronomy as a tool of the social development. So not only school education, but education and the investment for the science activity can improve the level of the economic level of each country. So for example, to establish the institute, to build the observatory, the country have to educate many people. Country have to prepare many money for the observatories. Country have to organize the big conference, invite many scholars from other countries, and the base is world peace. So without peace, we cannot meet with each other. We cannot share the resources. So the first very important thing is that world peace. So the ultimate goal of the science education, ultimate goal of the astronomy education is that world peace and the prosperity of our culture together. So Okay, okay, my talk is going too much further. Okay, so go back to my body. Okay, so anyway, so the situation is very different from country to country. Some countries are very eager to do astrotourism. Some countries are very eager to do uh, social development using astronomy. And in Japan, um, yes. So we have some challenges in astronomy education. So the first thing is gender gap. Gender gap. Yes. Many school teachers and students think that science and astronomy, it's very good for boy students, not so for girl students. Oh, no, okay, so astronomy is for all students, regardless of gender. But the situation is a little difficult. So many boy students like science and astronomy, but still some girl students it's not my business. Okay, so this is one of the challenges. The another challenge is that the score of science tests, science exams are very good. Yes, Japanese students are very hard worker, so they get very high scores in international competition. But sometimes they say that, yes, we can do very well at school, but science is not a part of my life. Science class is science class. My life is another thing. Okay, so I will do my best at school, but uh, science is not my business. Okay, so this kind of separation is challenging in Japan and maybe in other countries. So we still have many challenges. So even though the score is very high, but score is not all the things. So we have to improve the many things. Okay, so as I said, situation is so much different from country to country. But anyway, so we can share how to encourage the students, how to improve our society, how to build our community, and how to make the international friendship. The ultimate goal is world peace. Okay.
Yes. I totally agree with you. I understand this problem because in Iran is the opposite. You know, in Iran, girls are more encouraged to focus on science. Okay, boys are more, into, for example, doing some activities that can help them earn money after the school. So business is more important, especially in our economy. So girls are more into science, especially astronomy. This is a very huge difference, and as you said, it's different between in country to country. So that's the problem. And thank you for saying everything about the world peace. Yes, exactly. What we all do is about world peace, and uh, even when the world right now is not in peace, unfortunately. So, how exactly astronomy education can reach the world peace? Do you have any idea that
Okay.
maybe it can make this dream become true?
Okay. Okay. So the what we can do for now is that this kind of a conversation between you and me. Okay. So the piling up this kind of conversation will make world much more peaceful. And I have been talking about world peace with many teachers in different countries, in Syria, in Lebanon, and of course, in Iran and many other countries. So, mm, I think that science class at school, it is today we also have the regular classes. Yesterday we had regular class. Tomorrow we will have regular class. So there is no change depending on the situation. So even if the situation is very severe, we will not stop. We don't stop. We will never give up. We will never end nothing. Okay, so doing constantly, doing steadily, as usual. So I think this can be a very strong and a good message that education, the teachers and teachers, students and students, we still have the school classes. We don't stop education. So I think that in Iran and in other countries in Middle East, so yes, the situation is very severe. But I would like to respect all the teachers and students and school systems in your countries, in your country and other countries, that you never stop education. So I think this is the method we have to do. Yes, regardless of the situation, no problems. So we will do astronomy, we will do science as usual. So you cannot stop our progress. Okay, so I think this is my opinion.
Yes, yes, thank you. This is a very, very good point. I always criticize the higher, system, for example, in astronomical union or anywhere that you should use the teachers in countries like Iran, as you said, Syria or Lebanon, as an idol of how we can work. So if you can help them anyway. Okay, so it is not easy to access a very good education, a very good situation, because no matter how hard we work, I talk about my countries. In the last 6 months, it was almost impossible to communicate with any students and teachers in the schools because the war closed all the schools and education system. And they talk that maybe this year we start the schools later, at least a month. So that caused a problem. So what can we do? Nothing. But still, as you said, it's not a good reason that we stop, because we don't. I personally never stop. So this can make a change when you work. Yes, in a very good situation, if you work and everything is fine, awesome. But the most important thing is that when you work in a hard situation and you never stop, that's important. And that shows the other countries and other people that how a very good work can be done. So thank you for emphasizing on that. And I am trying to make short of my very much questions. So I'm trying to focus on only important questions here. Tell me about the role of teachers and students. What exactly teachers and after that students can do in astronomy education that improve the goal that you have in mind or I have in mind, and how they can help. Okay, what we can do is reaching students and teachers in different countries or in our countries, what they can do in order to continue this work.
Okay. Yes. So these days the situation is so much severe. So Now I am independent, so I am in the safe place. So my opinion is a little too much optimistic, but thanks to the international age, the internet age, so we can easily share the resources and ideas and other kind of activities much more easier than previous days. So the technology helps us to connect like this. So for example, 10 or 20 years ago, so I would never had this kind of a channel to talk with you or Iranian colleagues, but now it's possible to talk with you. And without the filter of the mass media, so I can learn at least a little more about your country directly from you and your teachers and students and other people. So I thank this kind of technology first. And the another thing is that yes, we can have some kind of repository so to share the resources. So even if sometimes the internet connection is not so well, but we can maintain the repository of ideas and the practices. So this is a kind of the climbing up to the shoulder of the giants. Okay, so the one of the goals of the education is that the standing on the shoulders of giants. Okay, so
Yes,
the giants
like
means
Isaac Newton said.
yes, the integration of our field and our activity. So the role of teacher is that help students climbing to the shoulders of the giants. Okay, so very important and very precious and very exciting work. So I would like to um, respect all teachers in the world who help students to climbing to the shoulders of the giants. So giants is shared by all people in many countries. So I think that I'm very honored to be involved in this kind of education activities. Okay, so to answer your question, the role of teacher that helps students to stand on the shoulders of the giants. And now we can have the internet connection. Sometimes it is interrupted, but we can share the repository of the ideas, and we never stop doing this. Okay, so sorry. So I don't have enough ideas to encourage you so much, but this is a small idea from me.
No, no, I completely understand. And to complete your idea, the thing that I think we can do is what I'm trying to do. Recently, exactly after uh, the internet connection came back in Iran, because of the war, we had a very long time without internet connection. Exactly after that, I started my channel and my Instagram page, because I believe the new generation is inside this technology, as you said. Okay,
Mm,
so uh, you should make a connection with them. Where are they? They are in Instagram. Okay, in Iran, they are very active in social media,
mhm.
and there are so many negative contents in the social media that they see every day. How
Yes,
about
of course.
you put some good content, some educational aspects, while they're watching so many negative things? Oh, one positive thing. So it might change a lot, even if it can't be seen very good. So I started to have some different sessions using astronomy and short videos in Instagram teaching a very, very simple materials of astronomy, talking about the sky, the North Star, I don't know, the seasons, summer solstice, any points that can help them learn or make them more interested about astronomy. So your point is actually very, very good. So let's reach out to our last topic here. Let's talk about the future and how astronomy education right now can change everything in the future and can change the bad situation that you mentioned. Okay, what we can do and what is the situation for the future. You do something, you have some projects and you have things that you are working on Astronomical Union, Division C. Okay, tell me about the situation and your plans for the future.
Okay, so the first, I'm just one person, so not a giant. I'm a very small person,
Oh, you
trying
are a
to
very good person.
trying to standing on the shoulder of the giants. So everybody is the same. So, but about 10 years ago, maybe 10 or some years ago, when I attended the General Assembly of the International Astronomical Union, maybe in South Africa or Beijing, so I'm not sure. There was a ceremony of the foundation of Office of Astronomy for Development, maybe 2012. Maybe 2012, so more than 10 years ago. There was one higher level official from South Africa. He talked to us that his talk was very impressive to me. So changing the world, changing the society is very difficult. So we cannot have such kind of great power, but we still have power to change the atmosphere. We still have the power to changing the feelings. So still, we don't have the direct power to change the world, but we can still have some kind of message, some kind of appeal to the society. And we need only three people, me and the body and the third people. So it's already all right. So do something, share your idea, and even though the small step is all right, because the giant leap starts from small step for man. Yes. So we need the giant leap of the mankind, but every person has the small step, but it's all right. It's all right. No problem. So many people have the small step. Each person has the small step, but many small steps will be leads to the giant leap. Okay, so I know that I am a little bit optimistic, but I will do my small step. And Mahdi, so you can have many small steps, and your colleagues have small steps. So, as I said always that we never give up. Going forward by small steps. Okay, so this is the way I would like to do with you and with your colleagues. Maybe it will take not 1 year, 10 year or 20 years, so I don't know. But before my death in several decades, so I will continue my small steps.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this is a very beautiful point. Yes, exactly. And so let's have a conclusion here. and you have a very long experience in astronomy and astronomy education as well. If you want to talk about your experience, what's the abstract of your so long experience of astronomy that can help young generation? What would you say?
Okay, so I thank astronomy and astronomy education because that brings me to many places, and that let me meet many people, including you and Iranian colleagues. So astronomy will bring you to many exciting places and let you meet many exciting people. So please continue your science, your astronomy, and any field of your activity. Please don't stop that. So we are all human beings on this planet Earth. Planet Earth is very small in the vastness of the universe. We know that, and still, this is very important and precious place for all of us. So, from the perspective from the space, the Earth is just one dot. No national boundaries. Yes, yes. So let's continue our science and research and education and outreach and many other activities together. So world history, it tells us that the science is not for some specific people, but all people from ancient to the modern times. So thousands of millions of billions of people over thousands of years. So any people can contribute to science. So you can contribute to science. You can contribute to astronomy, and you can contribute to world friendship and global citizenship. So please go forward together. Okay, so this is the message.
Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you. And the last part, what would you like to say to Iranian students and teachers? And do you have any message that can be useful for them? And what do you think about Iran? I want to ask you this question. And what is your message?
Okay, so the first, so in the national history textbook in Japan, that and in ancient times, our ancestors learned a lot from Persian people. So in a very ancient capital in Japan, near Osaka City. So there is the treasure room. Still, we have the treasure room. And one of the treasures are from Persian culture. So first, we respect your culture, and we hope that our friendship between Iran and Japan will continue forever for thousands of years and billions of years until the end of the universe. Okay, so please continue our friendship and exchange the ideas. So we don't have national borders between two countries. So from the era of Silk Road, so in the 21st centuries, so we can go forward. So teachers and students. So I would like to visit your country in near future when the situation is getting better. And meet in person, I hope, in near future, and shake hands and please go forward together. Yes.
Yeah, I really hope so. We only met once in General Assembly, but that was a very, very beautiful memory together. So that's also for us. I really love your culture in Japan, and I really, really like visiting Japan sometime, maybe in the future. And I hope that situation helps, that we can meet again. And that would be my pleasure. And I believe that all the cultures are beautiful, but the relationship and the friendship you said between Iran and Japan is very strong, and it will last for a very, very long time. This is what I think about it. So, Tomita-san, thank you so much for your time and everything that you shared with me. That was very beautiful. And I am sure that all my audiences in YouTube channel and Instagram will love to watch this meeting. And
Okay. Thank you.
yeah.